Why, as a collective, why are we so overly hypersexualized, belies of sexuality? Me personally, I'm just fed up and tired of friends with benefits, and I feel like it's a waste of time. Um, I honestly feel like if you want to be friends, stay friends. If you want to do stuff, we could do stuff, but we have to be in a relationship. There should be more boundaries in the society. There should be more communication in the society, but we don't have communication. There's a lot of puzzle pieces to what this community needs to stop being over hyperly sexualized. If I want a boy best friend, I just can't have a boy best friend. They have to have feelings for me. And if they do have feelings for me and I reject them, it's like, oh, like you're being rude and you know, they switch on you, they get moody. If I don't do things that they say that they want, oh, you're just a slut, you're a whore, you're this and that. And I'm not saying it's happening to me now, but I'm saying it's just like it's something that these little girls up to. That being overly hypersexualized is the way to go in society. We have to take it back to the early 2000s and the 90s where, you know, being young and sexy and hot and cute and slender and tender and you know, being the male gaze is something that is such an important figure. Having a BBL, having the most biggest ass, boobs, titties, right? It's something that women want to have men and have the male gaze on them 24/7. I honestly think the male gaze is shit. The male gaze is shit, and me personally, I work out to just work out for myself. I do not want to attract males. But of course, we're in today's society and this today's world where males are going to get on you whenever they feel like it or whenever it's for their own benefit. And I'm not saying I'm against males. You know, males have their own feelings and own opinions about this, right? But me personally, I feel like in this society, speaking on a person who went through dating apps, went through you know, quote unquote dates and ghosting and all this and the above, right? It's all because the men just want one thing to lay with you, sweetheart. He just wants to fuck. He just wants to and dip. This is why we men just want to crack this girl, but then this girl gets pregnant because they didn't do X, Y, and Z. It's a whole mess. And to avoid this whole mess is for this society to sit down as a collective to say, hey, this hypersexuality thing is something that Gen Z is struggling with. Pleasure that comes in with ourselves. We preaching today. We are preaching today. Because I feel in this generation as a Gen Zer, right? And as a person who has been lusted over and a person who has lusted over a person, it's very, very hard to get out of. It's a addiction. Hypersexuality stems from somewhere, guys, and it's driving me crazy that now we see the issue and there's multiple videos and multiple commentary videos about hypersexuality and how a lot of people are dealing with lust and this and that, right, but like we have to come as a collective and actually get to the bottom of this. As we move in society, we would not see things how it is. These porn videos are just porn videos. These people get paid to do this shit. It's not real life. Your butt does not look like that in real life. The sex is not good like that in real life. We are preaching today because we need to know the perception between reality versus not reality. And that stems from inside and fixing our mindsets. I'm not gonna hold you. I have a problem sometimes with, you know, over sexualizing things, right? And you know, over sexualizing jokes and thinking everything's funny when you sprinkle little, little flirting, right? It's one thing to flirt, and it's another thing to overly flirt and overly be over sexualized and overly make that person feel uncomfortable and timid and just like, you know, if I can't do this, if I can't send this, my life is gonna be in danger. Guys, I'm just tired of over sexualized things, over sexualized women, men, videos, everything. Even our little babies we're over sexualizing. I'm gonna say this, but it's crazy. There is teachers, therapists, there are adults who work in little daycares and little middle schoolers environments, elementary school environments, who want to prey on kids. They're infatuated. They're infatuated with CP. CP. They have a lot on their computers. I watch crime cases, guys. This is not no joke. Like, I'm not. It's crazy. It's crazy out here. We need to sit down and rebuild our mindset to get out of the overlies sexualizing pleasure. We need to find pleasure in things, in other things like journaling, making sure we have good health. The health economy is high right now. Everyone's going to the gym. I love that. I love all hands down for that. Um, making sure that you have safe sex. There's a lot of things going around like HIV, AIDS, STDs, right? We need to teach our children more about sex education because I feel like a lot of people don't know sex as sexualized. You could have a relationship without the sex. Without the sex. Without the sex, guys. Without the sex. Like, it's possible. It is possible. You just have to rebrain your mind to really sit down and rebrain your thoughts. I know it's hard because everything is over sexualized and there's Instagram models, OnlyFans models. They're getting a lot of money, millions of money. It's crazy out here. But if you want to get to that goal, and if you want to rewire your brain, right? If you want to live without doing things, over sexualizing things, making your partner feel uncomfortable, it all stems with your brain.